YouTube. What's good, YouTube, man? I'm back for a little bit today, guys. No, I've been MIA. We're gonna get into it though, man. We're gonna get into it. So yeah, man, I'm back. Let's talk some Titans. What's good, everybody? My name is Snacks, man, and it feels good to be back, man. I'm back. I feel like I've taken like a week off at the worst possible time, bro. It's been crazy in the Titans streets, in the Titans newsroom, bro. Like so many signings, bro. It's just been nuts. I'm happy to be back. I just kind of want to get into, our signings and kind of just throw my, my 2 cents in there, throw my 2 cents out there, shall I say, about how I feel about the Titans, signings and the departures, what we lost, what we gained, what I think will happen in the future. I just want to get into all that. I'll probably be live for about, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes, nothing too crazy. So this is like the first official live stream of the channel, which is crazy. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do this more often or not. Kind of just depends on, how things are going. How this goes. I kind of want to open it up later. If we got some people up in here, cool. If we don't, but I would love to answer some questions or read some comments, So we'll see. But again, it's been a crazy week. Thanks to everybody that has been showing love to the channel, that has been liking, commenting, subscribing. We're like on the road to like 500 subscribers. I think that's crazy. Like I started this channel like a month and a half ago, and I had no idea like it would people be showing this much love this soon. Like it's been crazy. So yeah, let's get right into it, man. Like I said earlier, this is really what happened as to why I've been MIA. I've gotten a lot of comments on like, bro, you're not gonna make a video about like, the additions or the signings. Like, bro, where you at? Free agency's happening, bro. Titan Mania, where are you at? And then it's like, damn. But anyway, so like I said, last week, what happened? So last week, Monday, Janu, Corey Davis, we got the news that they were gone. And then I made 2 videos about that. That was Monday. And then Tuesday happened. I think Bud got signed. I think DeNico was like the first big one. I was like, okay, we're making moves. And I'm like, should I make a video about DeNico and Bud? How should I do? This is my first year in the game, guys. So I'm like, what should I do? Should I make one about both of those two? Should I wait? Should I see, what happens? So then I prolong it a little bit. And then Wednesday happens. I think we make a few more signings. I think we end up dropping somebody else. Just stuff is happening. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to just wait. And I'm going to just make a big free agent video. But then Thursday rolls around. Goddamn, got busy with some work stuff. Got busy with some school work. Friday rolls around. Same thing. I go out of town Saturday. And it's like, damn, what the hell am I going to do now? So I was like, let me at least go live or do something to like recap everything that I've seen and just go over how I feel about the signings and whatnot. So that's what I'm doing now. Shout out to the people that's up in here, man. Shout out to the people showing love. Jack Bologna Sandwich was up. AJ Boone was good. So real quick, let's just go into the additions, the departures, what's new about the Titans, what's about to happen next season, how I feel about these things. I think I want to start with the departures. These names, man, these names are like staples in like the Titans, like the last 3, 4, 5 years, bro. Some of those names are like staples, so it's like hard to see those guys gone, bro. So Corey Davis out of here. I made a video about that already. Not too excited about Corey being gone. I think Corey was like that perfect 1-2 punch with AJ Brown, and we just don't have it anymore. We'll talk about who we signed, I think yesterday or today, as Corey's replacement. We'll talk about that later. But Corey's gone. Janu's gone. We made a few re-signings to kind of quote unquote solve that problem, but I still think that's the issue. Our secondary is different, bro. Different. Our secondary is just different. Malcolm Butler, Adoree, Kenny, Desmond, all gone, like out of here. Malcolm, I'm not gonna miss that much because I think he was somewhat of a liability. He wasn't amazing. He wasn't terrible. He was. A lot of people hype up his last season, like, oh, Malcolm played amazing Pro Bowl season. No, bro. No, bro. He was getting torched left and right. That's been the case since he got here. Like he was all right, but he was never this amazing number one shutdown corner that we paid him to be. So I'm not gonna miss Malcolm. I'm gonna miss Adoree. I think Adoree always had potential, similar to Corey Davis. Like they always had potential that they never just fully tapped into. Like Adoree just never became that number one corner that I would have liked him to be, but it's all right. He's gone. Kenny's gone. We got a replacement in Kenny. I'm not tripping about Kenny. I feel like our safeties are set for the next few years. We got KB. We got Kevin Byard. We got damn, what's the name that I'm tripping on? Damn. Y'all know our other safety is. I don't know why I'm tripping on his name right now, but not Malik Hooker, but Armani Hooker. He's our other safety. We're good on safeties. Cornerback is the issue that we have to solve. And our last departure that we're talking about, Dennis Kelly, he's out of here too. Again, I'm not going to really miss Dennis Kelly. I think Dennis Kelly did his role. He was, our rotation tackle. He came in, did his thing every once in a while whenever we needed him to. It wasn't like a big blow to lose Dennis Kelly. It was just a shocker to see that we lost Adoree and Dennis. It was shocking to see that John Robinson made that call. Like, I guess we really, John was really just like at a point where he was like, I don't know if I made a mistake on these draft picks with Corey Davis and Adoree, but I'm ready to call it, what it is. They weren't amazing. They weren't terrible. They were what we need. I see a lot of people say this is John like trying to right his wrong for drafting Corey Davis so high and Adoree Jackson so high. I don't think it's necessarily that. I think it's kind of like right in the middle. I think if you really look at it and look at the stats and look at their production, they weren't the worst draft picks of all time, but they weren't the best draft picks of all time. I think it's one of those situations where they got to the end of their contract and it was like, all right, I appreciate for what you did. See you later, And that's really what it was. So those are some of the key departures. I know we have a few more. I think Khalif Raymond just signed with the Lions. Shout out to my guy Jay with the Let's Talk Lions. So we just lost Khalif Raymond. I'm not also gonna miss him as much, but Khalif was my guy. He was a little scrapper out there, a little scrapper. Great wide receiver, the kind of rotation wide receiver to kind of throw in there. Punt returner, kick returner. Biblical B says, would you rather get Sammy Watkins or re-sign Clowney? That's a great question. That is a great question. I think, so this is what I think. I will go with re-signing Clowney, and not to shade Sammy Watkins at all, but I think Clowney is getting a bad rep for what he did last season. I think we threw Clowney in a situation where he had to be the head dog of the line, and like, that's not Jadeveon Clowney. That's never been Clowney in the NFL. He's never been the number one rusher on his team. You got to remember, when he got drafted, he was opposite side of J.J. Watt his whole career. So a lot of those amazing seasons that he had, a lot of that had to do with, him not being the top dog on his line, him being kind of just a disruptor. But last year, it was like all eyes on Jadeveon type of situation. So he was seeing double teams left and right. I don't think he was ready for that life. But now, if you bring Jadeveon Clowney back on this line that we have now with DeNico, with Big Jeff, with Harold coming back, Clowney, I think that line is way better than what it was last year. And I think Clowney will see a lot less pressure or a lot less double teams that he saw last year. So I think his production will go up. And that's not to say Sammy wouldn't be a good fit either, but I think Sammy benefited from having a great quarterback these last few years. But I think he's also great. But give me Clowney over Watkins for sure. Because I think there's a lot of great talent in the draft this year at the wide receiver position. So I would rather draft the wide receiver, sign Clowney, as opposed to sign Watkins, draft the edge, if that makes sense. So let's go into these additions, So Kendall Lamb, let me see if I can pull up the contracts for these guys. Doubling back on Corey Davis again. Shout out to Corey Davis. He signed a 3-year deal with the Jets, $37 million. Desmond King, he's now going to the Texans, so we'll see him twice next season. I'm not too worried about that. Desmond was my guy, but I'm not too worried about Desmond. I'm just not too worried about the Texans in general. So good luck out there, Desmond. News out of New York, Adoree Jackson is joining back with this guy Logan Ryan in New York. We're going to see what they can do with the Giants. Wish nothing but the best of luck for Adoree. I think he was very solid while he was here. Never a number one cornerback, but you know, very solid, very solid. I think he'll do work in New York. I think, you know, putting him back with Logan. They have another great safety out there. So I saw some news saying that they might have the best secondary in the NFL right now. I don't believe it. I don't believe the hype. It's all hype. Don't believe it. Jonnu Smith, New England, 4 years. I know you guys saw all that already. Jonnu again. Good luck out there. Bill Belichick might get you right. You know, he might give you what you need. Yeah, best luck to all those guys, man. Malcolm Butler still is yet to be signed. I think that's it. Dennis Kelly yet to be signed as well. But anyway, so the addition. So Kendall Lamb was one of the first guys we signed. He is a right tackle out of Cleveland. We gave him a 2-year, $6.8 million contract. I'm not mad at that signing. We need help on the line. He could be a starter. We're not sure. Maybe we might get somebody in the draft. I'm not sure. But again, he's a great rotation guy. He was starting last year for the Browns, and they had the number one rushing attack in the league, I want to say. So outside of us, we had the one Derrick Henry. But they had that double-headed monster out there in Cleveland that he was blocking for. I think I looked at some of the tape. I think he's a good athletic lineman, kind of a journeyman. I think he started with the Texans. He's been around. So right now, you know, he's with the Titans again, or not again, but he's with the Titans now. I think he'll do work next year. We'll see. We re-signed Ty. I'm a mess up his name. I already know I'm gonna mess up his name, but Ty Sambrolo messed that up, but it's all right. Ty's coming back. He was another rotation tackle. Lawan got hurt last season. He came in. He helped out. He played well. I was happy with, you know, his production. I was happy we brought him back. I think having those rotation guys on the line is just important because you don't want to be in a situation where you lose Lawan or you lose Satfield or you lose Ben Jones, and then it's just like, damn, what are we going to do now? So I'm not mad at those signings. I think we need them. I think that's still a draft need of ours. Offensive line, I think a tackle is still a draft need of ours. It's not as high as it once was, but it's still up there. Maybe a third, fourth rounder. We'll see how that works out. Morgan Cox, a long snapper from the Ravens, came over. I'm not sure, you know, exactly. I didn't look at too much tape on Morgan Cox. You know, he's just a long snapper. I'm assuming we needed one, so we brought one over. He's kind of older though. Let me look at it. He's 35 years old, so he's not going to be around, you know, for too much longer. You must be out your mind. I figured you and the guy who does Let's Talk Lions channels are friends. Both channels are quality. So we're not friends in real life, but so I reached out to him. He's like the reason why I started this channel. I reached out to him and let him know, like, man, your work is amazing. Love what you're doing. Like, I could just tell, like, quality is a big thing for me. So I wanted to make sure that if I was to ever do a Titans channel, that it would be, you know, very solid. And then I saw his and I was like, bro, that's amazing. Do you mind if I borrow your format? And he shows super love. Like, bro, do it. I would love to build almost like a Let's Talk network or something like that. Like, go crazy. And then from there, I started it, and it's been all love, you know, ever since. So shout out to Jay. Shout out to Let's Talk Lions. Shout out to the Detroit Lions. Hopefully they have a solid season this year. They're in NFC, so I really don't care. If you're in NFC, go crazy. AFC, I don't want to see you succeed though. But yeah, you must be out your mind. Yes, that's where it started from. That's where, you know, it originated from. But where was I just talking about? Morgan Cox. Again, older long snapper, might not be here long, might just be a, you know, a good piece. Swim, another tight end we brought back. I'm assuming John Robinson is trying to, you know, make sure our tight end position is solid, which I'm not mad at because losing Jonnu is going to hurt. I don't think it's going to kill us, but it's going to hurt. And it's definitely a position of need in the draft. Or I don't think he's bringing anybody else in free agency wise from the tight end position. So it's definitely going to be a position of need in the draft. We also brought back Breon Borders, Ferksker. Shout out to ASAP Fersky. That was one of my favorite guys on the team for the last couple of years. I'm not going to lie to you. Anthony Ferksker, he does work. He does work for sure. He's not the best blocking tight end, but in terms of getting open, I think he was damn near better than Jonnu in terms of getting open and like route running. Ferksker was doing work. Breon Borders came in. He played solid last year. He got cooked a lot too, but sometimes it's hard to blame these DBs on getting cooked so frequently. especially last season, bro. You got to look at our defensive line. Like, defensive line was terrible. So you're asking these cornerbacks to cover these guys, these wide receivers for X amount of seconds. Like, nobody in the NFL can cover an NFL wide receiver for more than 6, 7, 8 seconds. It's impossible. After you guard the first two moves, the third one is probably going to get you, especially if you're guarding somebody that's somewhat elite. The third one's going to get you. If you get cooked the first second, that's on you. But the third one, that's on the line more times than not. And our line was causing no pressure. So, those guys getting cooked as often as they did. Yes, some of it was their fault. But again, some of it was the defensive line's fault. You kind of got to look at it with a grain of salt. So, on to the bigger signings. Janoris Jenkins coming over from the New Orleans Saints, 33-year-old cornerback. Didn't love the move, didn't hate the move. I understood it. It was right after we let go of Malcolm, right after we let go of Adoree. Brought in Janoris. I don't think, this is what I would say, I don't think he's going to be a Jonathan Joseph situation. That guy I hope he's retired right now. He should never play football ever again. Biblical Beast said, I hope the Titans get tight end Brevin Jordan. Yes, I'm going to talk about him later. I do as well. I think he's one of the best blocking tight ends in the draft, and I think he'll fit right in with the Titans for sure. So yeah, Janoris Jenkins, hopefully it works out. It's not a long-term thing because like I said, he's up there in age. He just turned 33. I want to say we signed him to a 1-year deal, nothing crazy. Hopefully he plays well. Again, hopefully it's not a Jonathan Joseph situation. I don't know if anybody's in here, man, and y'all watched the Vikings game last season and y'all saw what the rookie out there did to my boy Jonathan Joseph. It was unwatchable at some point. Even though Jonathan Joseph did have I want to say he had a pick six that game, and then Clowney did something stupid. I can't even call it stupid. He was playing hard. I still blame the ref on that one. That was a good block. But anyway, other than that, Jonathan Joseph got cooked. That whole game, cooked. Grill. I can't even think of the rookie's name over there right now, but he tore that guy up the whole game. So hopefully Janoris Jenkins is not Jonathan Joseph. That's all. I know they got the same initials, Double J, JJ. Hopefully it's not a repeat of what happened last year with our old, DBs. So I think he's going to come in. I don't think he's going to be our number one cornerback. Hopefully Christian Fulton is ready to take that step. I know he didn't even show any glimpses last year of being a number one cornerback because he was barely on the field. But I'm gonna need him to step up, because if Janoris Jenkins is our number one cornerback all year, it's just gonna be a repeat unless that defensive line is amazing. Because this is how I feel about defense in general. I feel like it's easier to get away with a bad secondary than it is to get away with the bad front seven, if that makes sense. I feel like a great front seven can save a bad secondary, but a great secondary can't save a bad front seven. If you're not getting any pressure on a quarterback, those DBs are going to suffer no matter how great they are. You can throw Deion Sanders, just name them, the greatest cornerbacks of all time out there. They're going to get beat eventually if there's no pressure on the quarterback. You got to have some type of pressure. We didn't have it last year. So again, I'm glad John Robinson kind of like Justin Jefferson. Yes, there we go. Justin Jefferson cooked that dude. But I'm glad John Robinson paid more attention to the defensive line and the front seven this offseason than he did the secondary. Because he tried last offseason with Clowney and Vic Beasley, but I feel like that's all he really did. He didn't really, and those two signings aren't amazing. Clowney was good, but Vic Beasley wasn't, that was like kind of a test run or a trial, or, hopefully this works out. And it didn't work out. So once that didn't work out, we had nothing to fall back on. But this offseason, I feel like he put a lot of attention to the defensive line and the front seven. So I'm happy he did that, because again, give me a great front seven over a great secondary. Even though our secondary is solid, or our safeties are solid right now, but give me a great front seven any day of the week. So if we can start getting pressure next season, I don't think the loot or the departures of Malcolm Butler, Adoree, Desmond are going to hit that hard, especially if, like I said, it's really going to all come down to Fulton stepping up. And, again, I didn't see any potential because he was barely on the field. But if he can step up and be that number one DB we need, I think that's going to help a lot. And then if we can get a very solid starter cornerback in the draft, first round, second round, third round, somewhere in there, then I think that'll help a lot. Because our front seven is looking very solid. Very solid. Ahmad said, you got great content, bro. 100. Appreciate that, big dog. Waukee, how would you feel about drafting Horn first round? I'm not sure. I think that's a little bit of a reach. I would have to look at it. I think that's a little bit of a reach, though. You still in on Evans at RB2? I am. I think I talked about it in the previous video about our rookies. I think they didn't get a chance to go out there and play. Like, he was hurt. And especially as a running back, you gotta think about Derrick Henry his rookie year, bro. Derrick Henry did not look like the Derrick Henry we see today or we saw last year. It takes a while for these running backs, for these players in general, to get accustomed to the NFL. Some guys get it out the gate, but some guys it takes time, man. I feel like with Darrington Evans, that might be a situation where it takes time. Looking at the tape, I think he's a perfect running back too. I think he's, shifty, fast, strong, a great receiving back. What Derrick Henry really isn't. But he just didn't get a chance to play last year. So hopefully he's healthy. Hopefully he comes back, 100%. Because I think he's a great, 1-2 punch. Or could be potentially a 1-2 punch with Derrick Henry. JJ said, "What's up? What's good, big dog? I would love to have JC Horn in the first round. If he ain't there, I'll take Bateman." Yeah, I think I'm more of a Bateman fan than a Horn fan, but I feel like I got to go back and look at, more film on both of those guys in general. I'm a little bit behind. I'm not going to lie on the draft. What shall I say? On the draft film study. I'm trying to go back and look at more of these guys, especially the wide receivers. I'm mainly focusing on wide receivers, cornerbacks, and I'm torn between our third draft need either being a tackle or edge. I think it's either or. I think if we go tackle, 3rd round, edge, 4th round, cool. If we go edge, 3rd round, tackle, 4th round, cool. But somewhere in there, one of those guys, we need to attack that for sure. So people have been asking me to do a mock draft. I kind of want to wait to after free agency ended or, it slowed down a little bit. So I kind of get a better grasp on exactly what we need, exactly what the roster is looking like. Because it's damn near impossible to do a mock draft before free agency even hits because there's so many holes. I was talking about it in my videos all the time. Like, don't look at the roster right now because you're going to feel like our team is completely empty. Like, you're going to get scared. So do not look at the roster. Now you can kind of look at the roster, but a couple weeks ago, ugly. What are your thoughts on Sammy Watkins? He could be a great fit. I don't want to throw the bag at him. I don't even know if we have a lot of bag left. It's kind of been hard to keep track on exactly what our cap space is looking like because John has been making these moves left and right. I wouldn't throw the bag at Sammy though. I think Sammy's a great wide receiver, but I also think he's a scheme wide receiver. I feel like, he's been benefiting off of Patrick Mahomes these last 2-3 years. And if you're a Titans wide receiver, I feel like you got to be comfortable with playing in a run-heavy offense, and that's not what Sammy Watkins has been playing in these last few years. So I'm not sure how well he will make that transition. If Christian Barrymore from Alabama is still on the board at 22, see, again, I appreciate you guys giving me these names. I'm not even sure. What is Christian Barrymore? What position does he play? I gotta go in my draft bag. I'm not gonna lie to you. But let me get back to these additions, and then I'm gonna open it up for some more comments later. Because again, I probably got about 10 more minutes on here. I didn't want to stream for too long. This is the first stream on the channel, so I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to incorporate this in the future and how we're going to work it in the future. But again, I appreciate anybody that's up in here, man, showing love. Appreciate it, bro. So another signing that happened yesterday or today was Josh Reynolds. So he's technically supposed to be our Corey Davis replacement, or he's supposed to be our slot wide receiver, and we're going to use the draft for the Corey Davis replacements, which I hope that is the case. I don't want Josh Reynolds to be our number 2 wide receiver, although looked at the tape, very solid. He damn near, I don't want to say he looks like Corey Davis out there, but he has the same stature as Corey Davis. If I pull up his stats, he had 77 targets last year, 52 receptions, 618 receiving yards. Touchdowns were very low, just like Corey Davis, very similar, like first down machine, right? But when it comes to scoring touchdowns, just hard for him to do. I don't know what it is about, these touchdowns that these guys just can't score. But he's looking like, Fury Corey Davis ish. So he was drafted 2017 fourth round by the Rams. He had a few solid seasons these last couple years. So I'm not overly excited about the signing. I'm not I hate the signing. I think he's just a good rotation guy. He should not be our number 2 receiver next year, though. Gotta attack that issue in the draft. I don't think that Reynolds is the guy. And then the last 2 signings, of course, are Autry, Bud Dupree. Great signings by John Robinson. The only thing I will say, right, I like DeNico, but is he really worth what was this contract? Let me look at this contract. Is Bud Dupree really worth 5 years, $82 million? I don't know. I think Bud Dupree, just like Jadeveon Clowney, is a guy that benefited from playing with a great front 7. Bud Dupree wasn't seeing double teams because you can't double team Bud Dupree and TJ Watt at the same damn time. So it's like, I hope he's ready for some double teams because it's about to happen in Nashville. Because if Landry's not, causing great pressure, or Autry's not causing great pressure, excuse me, it's gonna be on Bud Dupree, and he's gonna see some double teams. And hopefully that knee is structurally repaired and ready to see some action coming his way, because I don't know. The only thing I do love about that contract, though, is only $33 million is guaranteed of that $82 million. So we got some wiggle room just in case it doesn't work out the way we hope it will work out. Because I feel like you rarely see contracts like that. That's $82 million, but only 33 guaranteed, especially nowadays. A lot of times, more than half or, a good portion of that is guaranteed. Like, for instance, the Corey Davis, $37 million to the Jets. It's $37 million contract, 27 of that is guaranteed. So that's a great little caveat to have of that contract. But yeah, so again, Autry I think was great. Looking at his stats, Autry, I think what jumped out to me the most is the guy had 9 sacks. That's damn near more than half of what we had as a team. So hopefully he can recreate that in Nashville. According to PFF, he had a 62.5 overall grade, which is about average. His pass rush, though, was 66, which is a little above average. And then looking at Dupree, his overall was 60, pass rush was 61, which is both average. But again, he got hurt last year, so, you kind of got to take that with a grain of salt. In 2019, though, overall 77, pass rush 76, run defense 75. So healthy Bud Dupree, but again, great front 7. It was doing work. If we can recreate a great front 7 for Bud Dupree to just play in and play free, if Jayon Brown and what's his name, Rashad Evans can do what they're supposed to do. I feel like when they were both healthy last season, they were playing well. Rashad Evans pisses me off more times than not, but when he's flying around and making plays, he's a great linebacker. He has that. There's something mental with that dude. Like, there's some plays, I don't know, let me know if in the chat if you feel the same way about Evans, our linebacker. There's just some times, bro, where it's like, bro, what are you doing? You're supposed to be here. Why are you over there? Why are you stop it? Why are you doing that? So that's how I feel about Evans. But again, when he's playing right, him and Jayon Brown are a very good combination. I'm glad Jayon Brown is back. Honestly, of the top 3, that was like our top 3 free agents, or potential free agents that we wanted to re-sign. It was Jayon Brown, Corey Davis, Janu. Janu was at the bottom of my list. I love Janu, but I don't think he was worth what the Patriots paid him. Corey Davis was number 2. I would have loved to see Corey Davis back, but I get it. Jayon, though, I needed Jayon back. Everybody was saying this David Long guy was, going to be Jayon's replacement, and I wasn't sold 100%. I wasn't sold 100% on David Long. He played solid, but Jayon is, man, he's run defense, pass defense. His coverage is my favorite aspect of his game. Like, you could put Jayon on the opposing team's best tight end, and he'll be solid. You can live with that. Throw Jayon Brown on Travis Kelce. Is he going to stop him every play? Hell no, who can? But is he going to make him work for every catch? Yes, Jayon's going to be there. So I'm glad we got Jayon back. I'm liking the linebacker core. I'm liking our defensive tackles. I'm liking the front 7. That secondary, scary right now. John Robinson needs to make a few more moves, but I think another signing was the guy from Cleveland. I don't even want to mention his name because he was getting cooked a lot last season too. Let me read some of these comments real quick though. Noah, yeah, your channel's finna blow up mostly because Titans will do good this year, but also because your content is quality. Appreciate that, Noah. Aiden, should the Titans sign Mitchell Schwartz or Eric Fisher? I think neither. I think both of those price tags might be too high. I would rather go draft than bringing in those guys, even though both of those guys are great. I think Schwartz price tag might be a little less than Fisher's, but honestly, it's hard to say like how much cap space we have left because initially we were thinking like 16, 17, 18, and then we make these major moves and it's like, damn, how much do we really have? So I don't even know how much we have at this point. I've been seeing there's this Titans Twitter account that has been like predicting a lot of the big moves and whatnot, and they predicted that, you know, what's been happening so far, they've been predicting, and then they're predicting now that we might get Sammy Watkins or we might get Clowney back. So I don't know how much goddamn cap space we have at this point. Who's the Steelers cornerback that got cut today? I'm not sure. Based on what Max said, based on what we got out of free agency and what we lost, what do you think we're going at 22? So this is my top 5 draft needs for the Titans. I think no matter what, or looking at our roster, we have to go wide receiver at the 22 position. We have to. We just have to. Looking at our roster, bro, there's nobody outside of AJ Brown and possibly Josh Reynolds. There's nobody else. So we have to draft a wide receiver. My list of possibilities is Bateman from Minnesota and Elijah Moore from Ole Miss. You guys have been throwing out some other names. I might have to go look. If anybody in the chat can just throw a name that I need to look at wide receiver, because I want to do a mock draft soon, but I want to make sure I do my due diligence in terms of research and making sure, you know, I actually do put the actual work in. I Hoop Training says, I heard we have about 13, 14 mil left. If that's the case, yes, bring Clowney back if you can. Again, I think, bro, if you bring Clowney back into this, what we have now, Clowney's going to do some work. He's going to do some work. When Evans doesn't hesitate and reacts quickly, he's actually really good. Yeah, bro. When he plays the right way, Evans is a very good linebacker. But it's for some reason, it's hard to get the guy to play the right way. What do you think is going to play Jones at nose tackle? So I think this is the plan for replacing Jones at nose tackle. So of course you got Big Jeff, but the way this Autry guy plays, I don't know if anybody has done any film study on dude. So he plays inside and outside, but majority of his work is damn near done on the inside. So I'm not sure if he's going to be Daquan Jones' replacement, but I think he's a great flexible player to throw out there on your line that. You could damn near confuse the offense. You don't know where DeNico is coming from. You can come from the outside, inside, So I don't know if he's Jones' replacement, but I think that's a great fit for what we're trying to do. Clowney should take, I hope Training says Clowney should take a 6 mil or 7 mil to prove a deal. Hell yeah. I think his worth, his free agent market is based on his last season. I think his market is going way down. I think he knows it. He might play this waiting game again, but he knows his market is not as high as it once was. I remember last year he was trying to get 15 million or something like that. Clowney, you're not that guy, bro. You're good, but you're not that guy. You're not a unstoppable force on the defensive line. Even when you were playing last year, you were disruptive, whatever that means, but you want no sacks. No sacks. I remember watching one game. It was early in the season. This man breaks through the defense or offensive line, gets to the quarterback and just whiffs, just misses. Again, I think a lot of people, when you look at Clowney, and especially it's that one play from college that just sticks in your brain. That one play against Michigan where he just blows up the offensive line and he just kills the running back, and you just think that's Clowney. That's Clowney 100%. No, Clowney is more of a finesse, more of a he's not this unstoppable force. Clowney's great, but he's not whatever. He's not what he thinks he is. Kadarius Toney is also another receiver coming into the draft as a wide receiver. Okay. You think he's like worth first round pick type of situation? Because I don't know. It's like drafting a wide receiver in the first round. How often does that really work? You know what I mean? That's what I'm a little apprehensive about. It's like, I believe that's our number one need, but it's like, damn, like AJ Brown, second round. You know what I mean? Number one wide receiver out of the second round. So I don't know. I want to go wide receiver first round, but if you look at the history of our picks in the first round, it hasn't been great. Corey Davis, my guy, solid. I believe Kendall Wright was a first round pick, and that guy's playing in Canada right now. So I'm not too thirsty to draft a wide receiver in the first round, but I know we need to. So hopefully if we can hit on one of these guys, that's what we need. So I think that, again, that's our number one need. Number two need would, of course, be cornerback. We just don't have anybody. Third would be, again, offensive tackle. Fourth would be edge. My wife's walking in here talking about sorry. You're good, babe. And then our fifth would be tight end. I think those are our 5 draft needs: wide receiver, cornerback, offensive tackle, edge, tight end. Tight end, I would love to see Brevin Jordan from Florida. I think that dude is a great blocker. I think he'd come in, fit perfectly, with our type of offense, run first offense. Love you, babe. Yeah, we just need guys to come in here and that are ready to fit the scheme, ready to fit the scheme. Let me go into these comments one more time. I'm probably about to end this stream soon, guys. Again, shout out to the 19 that's in here. That's been rocking with me for a little bit. Again, this is my first live stream on Let's Talk Titans channel. I might start doing this more often. I'm not sure, especially during the season. I'm still toying with whether or not I want to go live during the game, go live after the game, go live the following day. I'm not sure. Still our first year, man. We're still trying to figure things out over here. So when I know, you guys know for sure. I think we need a big body receiver, like a 5'11". 5'11", big body? I don't know if that's big body these days, but I agree. Do I agree? Would you consider AJ Brown to be a big body receiver? I would. So I don't know if we necessarily need another big body receiver. I think we need a deep threat. I wouldn't even consider AJ Brown to be a big body. I think he's like that overall, total package type wide receiver. I think we need a deep threat, like, take the top off the field or take the top off the defense type of wide receiver. Because I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if you guys saw my video about Derrick Henry like coming back off the carries a little bit, but man, I don't want to see Derrick Henry carry the ball for another, 300 some times this season. Like, I love Derrick Henry, damn near my favorite player in the league, but it's like, bro, we gotta diversify the offense a little bit. I don't think we'll ever win a Super Bowl with that, game plan. It just won't. Like, when was name the last team you saw in the NFL win the Super Bowl with the leading NFL rusher? I'll answer it for you. It was like 1999, Terrell Davis type situation. So I love Derrick Henry, but we got to open it up, man. You're going to give Ryan Tannehill all this money. Give him the keys to the offense. Not 100%, but more than what it was last year. I saw this stat. Hold on, I got to pull it up now. Like, it was a Ryan Tannehill stat that I feel like nobody really even talks about. Nobody even saw. It was like comparing him to like the other, big name quarterbacks in the NFL. Hold on, guys. It was basically like his snap count, whether it was a pass play or a run play. And his snap count was like completely, like way lower in terms of pass plays than all the other top quarterbacks in the league. And I get it. We have a run first offense, but it's like, damn, bro. Here it is. So rushing snaps he played last year, 494. So 494 times Tannehill call hike, turned around, gave the ball to running back. All right. Passing snaps, 557. Compared to like the Mahomes, the bigger quarterbacks in the league, that is super low. I damn near want to pull up a quarterback right now, and I get it. We're not the Kansas City Chiefs. We're not a pass first offense. I get that. But I think that number should not be like 50-50. It should not be that next season. We need to bring Derrick Henry's carries down just a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit. And we need to increase the pass plays. But in order to do that, we got to get some wide receivers. So it all needs to make sense. But I think Tannehill can be very good. I think he can be a drop back quarterback. I think he can call a hike and not have to do a pass, or not a pass, but a play action. I think he can call a hike, look down the field, make the right decision, and make the pass. He has the capabilities. We can't be that predictable team that we were all season last year. That's why we lost to the goddamn Ravens in the playoffs so easily. They shut down Derrick Henry, and we said, "Oh damn, what do we do now?" So yeah, man. I don't know. I just went off on a little tangent. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, Tannehill, open up the offense, give him the keys to the offense. Look at these comments real quick. Biblical Beast said, I think we need a speedster. Yes. Aiden said, also just sub. Appreciate the sub, big dog. Oh, yeah. He is short. Corey was like 6'4". Facts, Eli. Facts. I don't know if we need 6'4" again, but at least 6'2", 6'3", you know? Hopefully like 4 speed. Nothing too crazy. I was just going to ask if you thought you guys needed running back depth. No, I think we're good. I think we're set. I mean, we got the best running back in the league. And if Evans can turn in anything solid, I think we have a very solid 1-2 punch. What about trading up for a great wide receiver? Like, I don't know, bro. I don't think we should trade. I think drafting a wide receiver at 22 is way better than drafting a wide receiver in the top 10 or top 15, because it usually doesn't work out. We just did it with Corey Davis. Corey Davis is my guy, but he wasn't the 5th best player in that draft. Was he even a top 30 player in that draft? I don't know. Don't know. It's a good question. It's a question you should think about. Just hoping when it's all said and done, we have quality depth at wide receiver. Yeah, that's all we really need for what I'm saying to work. I think we need wide receivers that Mike Vrabel and the new offensive coordinator can trust. Because again, if our philosophy or if our game plan is to call hike, turn around and give the ball to Derrick Henry, 30, 35 times a game, will it get us to the playoffs? Most likely. Will it get us to a Super Bowl? No. Will we win a Super Bowl? No. I think we have a window. That window is closing. This year, next year, got to make something happen. Derrick Henry will not continue to be this amazing. Running backs eventually fall off. I know everybody's like, Derrick Henry's not like everybody else. He's a running back. He gets hit a lot, and he carries a lot. Not wishing anything on my guy, because that's my guy, but that's just how NFL works. That's how running backs works. I want us to get Jalen Waddle from Alabama. See, these are more names I need to actually look into. But so man, I've been here way longer than I expected, guys. We're at like 44 minutes. I appreciate again everybody that has pulled up to the channel, that has liked, commented, subscribed, whatever, showed any ounce of love to the channel. It means a lot to me, man. I'm hoping that this channel one day can be like up there in terms of Titans channels. If you're a Tennessee Titans fan, you'd be like, yeah, man, that's my guy right there. I'm going to pull up. We're going to talk some shit about the Titans, bro. It's going to be love. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm going to keep working on it. Looking forward to the season. Looking forward to the draft. Looking forward to, again, building this channel up some more. Man, again, shout out to these guys in the chat, man, showing love. I'm about to get up out of here for the night, guys. I want to say Titan Upload is going live soon, I think. So make sure you guys pull up to his channel and show some love. Again, my name is Snacks, man. I appreciate it all, bro. So I'm gonna catch all you guys next time. Video coming this week. Not sure. We'll see, hopefully. So yeah, I'm up out of here, guys. Catch y'all later.